Assalamu alaikum students. So today we are going to deliver lecture, rather I'm going to deliver lecture on correlation, and we are trying to learn what is correlation. In previous lecture I told you that after reliability we will not go towards the validity. Rather we will be discussing first correlation. Why? Because correlation is also involved. There's a step of correlation, or there's a need of result of correlation to identify the validity of a scale. So for that, first we will cover correlation, and then we will go towards the, in next lecture we will discuss validity. In previous lecture I have already discussed the validity. So what is correlation? Correlation is basically used to describe the strength and direction of linear relationship between two variables. What is linear? You know very well. Now you have two words, strength and direction. Direction means there can be positive or negative. That's the direction. Relationship can be positive, relationship can be negative. Relationship can be strong, can be weak, can be moderate. So that is how you describe strength and direction of linear variables. So for that, Pearson correlation coefficient, and that is represented with the R, small r. Pearson correlation we will be discussing. Correlation has many other techniques and many other methods, but we will be covering only Pearson correlation coefficient, small r. Correlation can be from -1 to +1. So what do you mean by the 1? 1 means 100%, -100% and +100%. So if there is a result, let's suppose 0.60, that is means 60% relationship, either that may be minus or plus, negative or positive. So in front of you there are some figures given. Small r from 0.10 to 0.29 means when you are going to identify, when you have the results, how you will identify what is a small correlationship, what is a medium correlationship, and what is a large correlationship. Small correlationship can be from 10% to 29%, and medium can be from 30 to 49%, and from 50 to 100% is considered as the large, or you can say the most strengthened correlationship. Okay, so this is what somehow from the PPTs which I have developed you and is I have been teaching you to help yourself. You can practice yourself, you can learn more, or you can get expertise yourself from the SPSS manual. So this is on page number 128. I have already provided you this manual, and you can see from here this is what definition, and Pearson is designed for interval level continuous variable, and in this example is used, and they are discussing with that minus, plus, negative, positive correlationship, and they have used this one survey method. I have already told you that there are data sets on which you can have practice. This is an example. Let's suppose if you want to see that is there a relationship between the amount of control people have over their internal state and their level of perceived stress. If they want to check like that, or do people have high level of perceived control, experience lower level of perceived stress. So if you want to check that kind of relationship, in simple words, rain relationship with the growth of plant. What is the relationship of rain with the plant of growth? So you can check like that. There can be hundreds of these kind of examples. So this is how somehow theory related with that, and how you will conduct the test. We are going to the data sets, and we are taking the same tool method, SPSS is our software, and I'm going to take that same data set in which we conducted the EFA and right now we will in last lecture we also covered the summated scales. For correlation you need to develop first summated scales. So we for your understanding I developed two summated scales and I will rather pause this video to develop other rather let me check, give me a minute, let me check if I have saved these two one, and then if I have not saved these two one, I'll pause the video and I'll try to first create. No, I think so I have not saved them. So let me one I am going to transform compute, and I am going to develop the composite or summated scales. So the first one is facilitating condition. So as you know, for summated scale you need to go to the statistical and then double click the mean. I double click the mean, then I'll click facilitating condition 1 comma facilitating condition 2 comma facilitating condition 3. I'll remove that, I'll press OK, and you can see that facilitating condition, this variable has been created. This is a summated score of facilitating condition. So I'm going to pause so that we cannot have a lot of MBs in our video. I'm going to pause and going to create all these summated scales, and then we'll continue to run the correlation test. So please let me pause video. So as I told you that I'm going to create the summated scale. So you can see that we had 1 2 3 4 5 variables, and I have created summated scales. I'm going to press save button, and you can see here that we have our new data, summated scale or mean data is available here. So how to run correlation test? You need to go to analyze, then you need to see the correlate, and then bivariate, true relationship between the two things, bivariate correlationship, and we will use these summated scales. We will put these summated scales in the variables. We'll go, you can see here's a Pearson. We are not using other Spearman and other, and we are using two-tailed. So we need mean, standard deviation if you want, and then continue, then okay. So we have this correlation. So how to interpret that? This is a diagonal. You know about the diagonal. From one, upper one is same and the down one is also same. This is a diagonal. This is a factor. From this facilitating condition with the facilitating condition obviously is 1. 1 means 100%. If you are going to match Rafiq with the Rafiq, obviously that is 100%. The two things are same. And if we are going to see facilitating condition with the perceived price, that is a negative but 0.041. Okay, then perceived facilitating condition with perceived ease of use is 11%. Perceived facilitating condition with the perceived usefulness, that is 14%. Facilitating condition with the attitude to adopt tablet device is what? And that is 18%. So you can see the hysterics upon it. Hysterics tells, two hysterics tells that it is the correlation is significant at the 0.01%, and this is what correlation is significant at the level of 0.05%. If you remember in my lectures, I have already told you related with the 0.5% and the 0.01%. This is what 90%. 0.01 is 90%. The result says that it is significant in 95%, and the result says that it is significant. So this is what your results gives you data related to that, how much correlation is available in that. Let us suppose if you want to see attitude to adopt a device and perceived usefulness, that is 32%, and attitude to adopt a tablet device, and that is 28%, and like this you can see the correlation. Okay, how to create diagonal? Let's suppose you need not to actually reporting results in a particular format, or in, let's say suppose I have taught you the referencing method. So that was in APA, American Psychological Association method. So tables are also in particular methods in which you want to create. If you want to create these tables, you have certain method: Michigan method, Harvard method, American Psychological APA, American Psychological Association method. So for this you need not to give exact SPSS output. So let's say suppose you have right now here results of correlation, and you can interpret what is the relationship between two things. So let's suppose for your understanding, for your better understanding, I'm going to give you example. Let me check if there is a correlation also available in my previous assignment which I show you. So how you need to write. I don't have enough time to write for you, rather I can show you an example that how this is what related with the validity, this is not related with the correlation. So how you can see the correlation? Okay, just a minute. Yes, so this is the method. Let's suppose this was the example which I was giving you, that this is the example that they wanted to see the relationship between the amount of control on people have their internal state and their level of perceived stress. So they run the test and they got the results like this. This is what relationship between total perceived and total perceived. So they have a negative 58% negative relationship. So how they are going to interpret it? So this is what to interpret like this. How they can the relationship between perceived control of his state is measured by this is a scale name PCOISS is perceived stress, was investigated during the Pearson product movement correlation coefficient. Preliminary analysis were performed to ensure no violation and assumption of normality, linearity, and homoscedasticity. I have not taught you these things now, but you know about the normality and linearity, but not the homoscedasticity. So this is not your level, or rather when you will be in the master graduate classes, you will be learning in the, or if you have subject of in your econometrics, if you have subject of econometrics, you will learn all these things in the econometrics. Otherwise in the graduate classes you will learn these things in detail. So how you will represent, there was a strong negative correlation between the two variables. R is equal to R represent your correlation coefficient minus 58, and N is what your total number of observations, P is what 0.005, in which your hypothesis has been accepted with the high level of perceived control associated with that. So that is how to write. So this was all from the correlation. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.